Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. My name is NefandEli, and you can find my information in the description box below. This is a channeled message for the Divine Feminine Collective. I have been noticing that a lot of us are under this really heavy energy. Probably over the past week or two, it's been an energy that's challenged our creativity, that's challenged our focus. I feel like it is something that is almost being allowed by the divine. And I say that because so many people are experiencing it. So I feel like it's not something that is like an individualized thing. Like, I talk a lot about spell work and people trying to do black magic on you, which is still happening. But I feel like this energy in particular is coming from the cosmos. It's an energy of transformation. It's an energy that feels like you might be stuck, but you're not really stuck. I feel like this is asking us to reevaluate our situations. I know in 2020, all of us had to slow down, like that was just what it was. And when things started to open up, when things started to quote unquote get back to normal, we were kind of gung ho, like we hit the ground running, trying to start all these new projects and trying to do all these things because we felt like we missed out on all this time. But the universe is, for whatever reason, not allowing us to move at the pace that we desire. I know I'm a divine feminine, so I can speak from my perspective that I've just been having some issues with not necessarily initiating projects, but with the follow through. Like, we have these ideas. I'm getting these inspired and divine ideas. I know they're coming from spirit, but the timeline that I have in mind is a lot different from spirit's timeline. And it could feel like an incongruency. We definitely feel that mismatch. But what I feel like spirit is saying is, yes, we can do all of these things. We can create all these things. We can have all these projects, but we need to look at our timeline and we need to make sure that we're keeping our lives in balance, because I'm hearing a lot of words like burnout, stressed, insomnia, lack of focus. These are things that I'm hearing. And I'm also seeing a lot of people moving and shifting in their physical realities. Like, there's a lot of breakups happening. There's a lot of major changes happening in people's lives, particularly the divine feminine. And again, I feel like that is a part of spirit's plan as well. We're wanting to focus on one thing, but spirit is asking us to look at it from a different perspective. I hope I'm making sense. I'm just speaking about like what I'm experiencing and what I've been hearing other people talk about is this need to, like, from a business perspective, to the need to rebrand, the need to rethink our strategies. And then in our personal lives, a lot of us are reevaluating our relationships, our connections, the people that we call friends and family. We're starting to question whether or not these people should continue in our lives. Should we be trying to forge and make new connections? Some people are being moved into periods of more isolation. Well, I don't want to use the word isolation, solitude. And then there's some that are being moved into a more collective space where they're being asked to reach out and connect. And that's where I am. But I feel like there's another part of the divine feminine that's being asked to kind of retreat, to recharge. And so pick which side of this you're on. But I do feel like there's a shift, a huge shift, and it's affecting us in so many ways. A lot of us are feeling fatigued. A lot of us are bumping heads with people in our lives. And again, it's because things are changing. In the background, I feel like there's things already in place. We've gone through some major shifts in the 5D and beyond. And now these shifts are starting to trickle down and manifest in our physical reality. And it's creating a lot of chaos for some of us, a lot of confusion, a lot of upheaval. But for some of us, I feel like this is like energy that we can handle. Okay, like things are happening, things are changing, but we're able to see what we need to change. And then there's some of us that are still kind of at the beginning stages of this shift where we're seeing things happen that are beyond our control. And we're being asked to be patient, to stay present, to allow, right, to get into that feminine energy of receptivity, which maybe some of us have not really been in, right? We've had to kind of, like I said, once things started opening up, we took action. We got our kids back into school. We went back to work. We got back to our lives. And I just feel like the universe is like, wait a minute. There's still some work that needs to be done before you can fully thrive in this new reality. And I feel like that's where a lot of us are now. So meditation, of course, is going to be very important, spiritual baths, but most importantly, trusting your intuition and following it. When you need to rest, rest, and try not to feel guilty about it. I know that I am I struggle with that. When I need to rest, when I need to take time off, it's just my life. You know, I'm a single mother. I have a business. And that's just the reality. I don't get a lot of time off. I don't feel comfortable when I'm resting, but I know that it's necessary. I know this is what the universe is asking me to do, to get more rest, to have more balance in my life. And I know that that's what's being asked of a lot of you, but we're still being asked to progress and move forward as well. So there's where we need to find the balance. We need to find that middle ground of productivity and respite. But divine feminines are realizing too that they were stuck. Even though they were making progress, they were actually, in the grand scheme of things, stuck in the same creation loop, if that makes sense. Stuck making the same content, or stuck doing the same thing every day, or stuck just in the same energy, right? Which may have served you, which may have been good at one time, but the universe is asking us to level up, all of us, especially the divine feminine. And that could be triggering for high achievers, right? For people that, thought they were at a particular level, that they have achieved what they wanted, and then they figure out that there's further they need to go. That could be, depending on how you interpret that, that could either make you feel insecure, or it can inspire you, or a little bit of both. I know that's the situation with me. But anyways, I hope this was a clear message. It was kind of all over the place, but I know that a lot of us are going through this right now. And I feel like Spirit is just asking us to take it one day at a time, again, to stay present. So important to do a brain dump every single day. Write down anything that's coming up, anything that comes up in your meditation, anything that comes into your mind, just write it down. Whether or not it makes sense, it doesn't matter, but just get it out of your head. I have found that to be helpful in this process, this cycle that we're going through. But also being gentle and kind and patient with ourselves, and knowing that this too shall pass, that we will be able to harness this energy and use it for our spiritual, professional, personal growth. All right. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.